Imagine this. You're cruising down the road in the next-generation 2026 Volvo XC60, that familiar Scandinavian silhouette gliding across the pavement, but sharper, fresher, more confident than ever. Today we're diving deep into everything we know so far about Volvo's upcoming luxury SUV, the one a lot of people are calling the sweet spot between performance, comfort, and modern tech. So grab a coffee, sit back, and let's nerd out a little, because this new XC60 is looking seriously exciting. Now, if you've been following Volvo for a while, you'll know the XC60 has always had this quiet elegance to it, not showy, not trying too hard, but still one of the cleanest designs in its class. For 2026, Volvo hasn't ripped up the formula. Instead, they've refined it. The lines are smoother, a bit more sculpted, the LED headlights take on a slightly slimmer shape, and the front grille gets this modernized pattern that just makes the whole front end feel more upscale. It's still undeniably Volvo, that calm, minimalist vibe, but with enough refreshes to make it feel brand new. And if you're a light color fan, the white and silver shades show off those new curves beautifully, while the black makes it look athletic and mean. Either way, this thing is going to turn heads. And then there's the engine. Volvo is sticking to its promise of cleaner power, so what we're looking at for 2026 is a refined hybrid lineup. The mild hybrid models stick around, but the plug-in hybrid, that's the one people are talking about. It's powerful, efficient, and honestly one of the most satisfying middle grounds between gas and electric. The torque delivery is instant, the acceleration is smooth, and when you want to drive around town silently on electric power, you can do that too. Think of it as the best of both worlds. You get the comfort of not relying fully on fuel, but you're never worried about running out of charge. And the crazy part is, even with all that hybrid tech, you still get solid towing capability and strong highway performance. Volvo didn't build this thing to be boring, that's for sure. A lot of people forget the XC60 actually does pretty well off-road for what it is. Now, of course, you're not rock-crawling a Volvo. That's not its personality, but Volvo has always given the XC60 just enough off-road capability to make sense for real people. Dirt roads, slushy winter trips. What hillsides did handles that with confidence, especially with its all-wheel drive setup. The 2026 model continues that tradition. Ground clearance and approach angles are still friendly, the traction control systems have been improved, and with a hybrid setup giving you that instant low-end torque, even steep or uneven terrain feels smoother. It's not pretending to be a Land Cruiser, but it is a crossover that won't embarrass itself when the pavement ends. But the place where Volvo always shines, that's inside. And the 2026 XC60 continues that beautiful Scandinavian interior story. The first thing you'll notice is the new 11-inch center screen. It's larger, brighter, smoother to use, and the interface has that crisp layout that Volvo keeps polishing year after year. Google built-in is still there, so your maps, assistant, apps, and voice controls feel very natural, but the system itself has gotten faster thanks to new hardware. The materials have also stepped up, soft touch surfaces everywhere, vegan-friendly Nordico options, elegant fabric textures, cleaner ambient lighting. And the cabin just feels peaceful, like the kind of place you want to sit in even when you're not driving. Volvo interiors are less about flashy features and more about, how does this space make you feel? And honestly, the new XC60 interior makes you feel like exhaling. Something I really appreciate is that Volvo also refined the little things like better wireless charging, reorganized center console, more usable storage, and updated cup holders. These things sound small, but when a company pays attention to them, it changes your day-to-day experience big time. And let's not forget, Volvo is Volvo. Safety is always baked in. Lane keeping, adaptive cruise, pilot assist, blind spot protection, auto braking, it's all there, and in some trims it's more advanced than ever. Now, how does it compare to previous XC60 models? Think of it like a polished continuation rather than a radical leap. If you loved the 2024 or 2025 XC60, this feels familiar but smarter. The exterior is more refined, the tech is noticeably better, the hybrid system is smoother, and the cabin materials feel more premium. It's the XC60 you know, but cleaned up, sharpened, and brought confidently into the future. Volvo didn't try to reinvent the wheel, they just made it rounder and smoother. As for pricing, Volvo hasn't made anything official yet, but all signs point to it landing close to the current range. So expect something around the mid-$50,000s for the base model and rising into the $70,000s for fully loaded plug-in hybrids. Considering inflation and the tech upgrades, Volvo seems to be keeping it competitive within the luxury SUV world, where it's brushing shoulders with the Audi Q5, BMW X3, and Mercedes GLC, but with its own unique identity that none of those German SUVs really match. And that's the interesting part. The 2026 XC60 isn't trying to be anything other than a Volvo. It's not chasing trends, it's not screaming for attention, and it's not trying to be the fastest or flashiest SUV in the segment. Instead, it's focusing on comfort, smart design, clean power, and a calm driving personality. And honestly, in a world full of overly aggressive, noisy designs, the XC60 feels refreshing. If you're someone who wants a luxury SUV that feels modern, sophisticated, environmentally aware, and incredibly livable, this might be the perfect middle ground vehicle. It's stylish without being loud, powerful without being thirsty, and luxurious without being overdone. Volvo knows exactly who its audience is, and the 2026 XC60 seems like it was tailored for them. And as we get closer to the official release and Volvo reveals more details, I have a feeling we're going to see even more subtle changes that make this SUV an even stronger contender. But even now, based on everything we know, the 2026 XC60 looks like another solid chapter in Volvo's evolution. Not a revolution, but the exact kind of refinement that makes a good SUV feel great. So if you're considering an upgrade, or if you've always liked the XC60 but were waiting for a fresher model, this might be the one to watch. Because with the way Volvo is shaping their lineup, this SUV isn't just here to compete, it's here to set a tone. Thanks for hanging out and diving into this preview with me. If you're as excited about upcoming cars as I am, trust me, there's a lot more coming. Let me know what features you want to see in the 2026 XC60, or if you think the hybrid setup is the future. Catch you in the next one.